Hi guys, you're welcome once again to another episode on this channel. And as always, I am super excited to have you on the show. Thank you for your support. Thank you for viewing, most especially for subscribing, dropping your comments, sharing on other platforms. I am indeed grateful for your support. Yes, even though these topics are not exciting, they are the hard realities of our society that we need to shed light upon so that most importantly, each and every one of us can take a different turn and look at things differently in the hopes that we do things better so that our communities can be better and stronger for it. And without further ado, let's get into another exciting episode. For this episode, I will respond on some questions and feedback concerning the previous post. And very quickly, I'm going to address a question I got. This was off YouTube. It was a personal DM off another platform. And the question is, what good would, slum for slum, if you remember the previous video, what good will slum for slum give people? Or how will it benefit when we look at it? And I guess what that person meant is, if you are trying to eradicate something and we are supporting it, how would it then make people's life better? Wouldn't it, as obviously, contribute to social vices? Wouldn't it, mean that all these people would then relocate to those zones and then cause problems for the government? And I relate with that fear. I mean, I alluded to that in the previous video as well. That there are going to be challenges, there are going to be concerns in those areas. And one of the things that you could look at is location of those kind of zones far away, I mean, towards the outskirts, close in proximity to a police station, that would in a way slow things down and sort of box off these unfavorable envisaged reactions of that reality. But when we look at it from the other angle, what this is going to give to the people is stability. So an average person who sincerely could not make ends meet had to provide affordable shelter, no matter how undignifying it is, and had to put up with it just to survive. A place to sleep, keep your head down, wake up, rejuvenate, go again the other day. Also, make your life better. For people like this kind of initiative will give them stability. That stability that, okay, while we, the government, is trying to correct the mistakes of the past, the mistakes that come from incompetence, bad governance, irresponsibility, corruption that has plagued our communities, our societies this far. While we are correcting it, let's use this time to build a better future for our children and our children's children. And while this is not exclusive to the creme de la creme of society, so the advocacy for slum is from that place of seeing the good citizens taking advantage of these shelters. They can temporarily not bother about housing at that time and focus on skill development and getting a paid job, because they know this is temporary. I mean, the homeless can hope to, the homeless can dream of a better future for themselves and for their children. So for these guys that are being taken away from under the bridge, let me start by giving a massive shout out to the Lagos State Commissioner of Environment. The commissioner has been doing so many tangible works, noticeable works, sanitizing the Lagos State environment. And massive kudos to all the good works, for the good intention it has for the community, especially work that other cities can learn and copy and emulate. But interestingly, something caught my attention in the past few days regarding the sanitization of the under bridge. And while this exercise is commendable, really commendable, I mean, if you've not experienced the other side of the implication of this under bridge, you will not understand. But for those of us that have experienced it, we commend it, we appreciate it. It's a step in the right direction, even if it's just to reduce robberies that happen on the highway in traffic. But that said, on one of the clips that was released that I saw on Twitter, I couldn't but notice how we quickly got carried away with the glory of the moment. And well, this is from my own point of view, from the way I saw it, and not in a bid to, look for faults or, judge. Well, this was my own point of view, and I stand to be corrected. But I noticed how we quickly, easily got carried away with that, maybe I should call it act of heroism, that we got caught up in the moment and we lost attention for humanity for a little moment. Yes, this is done against the backdrop of the greater good of Lagos, the future of our children. I mean, I have children. But that said, and I know when you look at this from the point of, oh, these are able-bodied men who are sleeping during the day. Homelessness is not equal to laziness. And so, yes, you don't have a home. But then, you shouldn't be sleeping at that time. You should be hard working. And so, that supports our notion, our predisposition that these guys are the ills of the society. They are the bad eggs of the society. Justified. I mean, very justifiable. However, the concept of innocent until otherwise proven in a court of law or by evidence, we forgot to give that benefit of doubt for who, as Nedu would say, it could maybe that at that time there is somebody, a particular 1%, 2%, 0.5% of the number that was just there by chance, just a bad day, just couldn't take on the pressure of that day and decided to just, let me sleep today. And unfortunately, this innocent, assuming innocent person got caught up with the other crowd. Once again, we see things different ways. It doesn't mean that those officers doing their job, it doesn't make them wrong. And that's it. The advocacy for human dignity in me flagged that incident of the way they were paraded on social media. Yes, that will serve as deterrent to the other miscreants in other locations to quickly discharge and move away. It's just that we see things from different perspectives, and I hope that we could find a common ground, most especially when we all agree, no matter what side we're on, the human dignity side, the greater good side, the environmental sanitization or environmental sanitation side, we all agree that this is for the good of Lagos. And so we move forward. And on a last note, what good will Slum for Slum give when we look at it? This kind of initiative will give them stability. Stability to plan, to have hope, to dream of a better future, to understand that this is just temporary. This is just for the time being to gain traction and improve and make my life better. So for this set of people, yes, the Slum for Slum initiative will give them that stability that they don't have to worry about losing their home overnight. And so they can then plan, oh, I've signed a 2-year contract with the government. Let me know how I can also, how I can improve my life within these 2 years so that I can step out of here. And in many cases, we've seen how people have taken advantage of these shelters, even though not personally built, even though government owned, government sponsored, or privately funded, how people have taken advantage of these forms of shelter and they've been able to bounce back and bounce better. They've been able to take advantage of this shelter and make their lives better. So the advocacy for slum is from that place of seeing the good citizens, the responsible individuals, how that can help them to make better use of their lives. They can temporarily not bother about housing at that time and focus on skill development and getting a paid job, getting things useful for themselves. And that's it. Move forward. Other comment I had, or opinion, if I may say, is the fact that we cannot make housing better if we don't make the economy better. And yes, that is correct. And while I don't want us to see this as two sides of the divide, I want us to look at them as an interwoven structure of a community. They are more mutually dependent. And I say this in the sense that economy is going to improve if housing improves. Housing is going to improve if the economy improves. If we could all recall that an upward review of the minimum wage resulted in people now having the means without to afford the basics of life. And so it is obvious that an increase in income level will definitely mean an increase in the ability of individuals to provide housing. So let's start by improving income level. When people earn more, their household income improves, their household welfare also improves. And so we can say by improving earning capacity, by improving income level, we can then hope that housing can improve, and that can cascade into a completely improved economy that connects trade, banking, finance, social, cultural, political development that will cut across all boards within our society. And so I think I'm going to wrap it up here. And in subsequent episodes, I would look at these issues one by one as they arise. And we hope that we can, really, really get to the foundation of this. And one thing that I can assure you on this channel is we will not just talk problems, we will talk solutions, practical solutions that each and every one of us can adopt and imbibe to make the housing situation better. Little things that you can do to improve the quality of your lifestyle from an housing context. And with that, I will appreciate you if you've watched this far. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for viewing this content. Please don't forget to subscribe and also turn on notifications. And on top of that, you can as well share this. And so keep watching, keep sharing, keep liking, and most importantly, keep the feedback coming. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.